This is a story about two best friends named Elijah and Jonah. They were in the same class and had the same assignments to complete, but they had very different approaches when it came to their work. Elijah was very studious and had a strong work ethic. He would spend his evenings and weekends completing his assignments, reviewing his notes, and preparing for tests. He'd set aside 1 hour a day to spend alone so that he could recharge. He also spent time playing with his friends, his brother, and his sister. Jonah, on the other hand, was always looking for ways to have fun. He was only interested in playing video games, hanging out with friends, and enjoying his free time. He rarely spent any time studying, doing homework, or even getting enough rest. He'd usually fall asleep in school, and while he was awake, he spent most of the time cracking jokes and disrupting the class. As the school year progressed, Elijah remained focused on all his studies, while Jonah continued to prioritize having fun. One day, their teacher announced that they had a final project due, and it was essential to complete it on time to attend the last trip of the year, the big trip to the amusement park. All year, everyone looked forward to the trip, including Elijah and Jonah. They both loved to ride the roller coasters, eat funnel cakes, and jump around in the wave pool. Elijah, being the diligent student he was, completed the project early and ensured that his work was of high quality. He had so much time left before the due date, he decided to help Jonah. Elijah knew that even though his friend was really smart and had the ability to succeed, Jonah still might need some help getting started. So every day, Elijah encouraged him to begin. But Jonah always had an excuse. He didn't take the assignment seriously at all and procrastinated until the night before it was due. When he finally started, he realized that it was a lot of work, more than he could possibly complete in one night. He called Elijah for help, but his friend was already asleep for the night and didn't see his call until the next morning. When Elijah saw all the missed calls and texts from Jonah, he was anxious. He knew that Jonah would be disqualified from attending the trip. That meant Elijah wouldn't have as much fun at the park as he had hoped, because he wouldn't get to enjoy it with his friend. It saddened him that Jonah's procrastination not only affected Jonah, but it impacted him too. While Elijah worried, Jonah was unbothered. He tried to convince his friend that everything would be alright. He knew the teacher liked him because he was entertaining and had a good personality, so he planned to just make up something about why the project wasn't finished. He believed that his teacher would give him more time and let him go on the trip, no matter what he said. When it was time to turn in the project, Jonah made several excuses and expected his teacher to understand. He told a funny story that made his teacher laugh along with the class, and then a story that made everyone feel sorry for him. When he was finished, the teacher told him it was okay to turn in the project late. Jonah smiled with relief and thanked his teacher. However, he soon realized that his excuses did not solve his problem at all. Not only did his teacher explain that he couldn't go on the trip because the project was late, but he also had to attend summer school to make up for all the work he missed that year. Elijah was just as disappointed as Jonah. He thought about not going on the trip because Jonah wouldn't be there, but after talking about it, they both decided he should. Elijah worked hard all year and deserved to have fun. The day before the trip, their teacher told Elijah that she had a surprise for him. Because he was one of the highest achieving students in the class, the school rewarded him with 2 free tickets to the park. He was ecstatic. He immediately called his parents to ask if his older brother and younger sister could join him on the trip, and they said yes. The next day, Elijah, his brother, and his sister had just as much fun as he imagined he would have had with Jonah. He realized that not only did his hard work pay off for himself, but it also benefited his family in ways he never thought possible. That summer, while Jonah was in school, Elijah enjoyed days full of exciting activities, video games, and hours of time with friends. He even made time to study for the next school year so he could get a jump ahead. Jonah learned a valuable lesson about the importance of discipline and hard work. He learned that even though excuses might make today easier, most of the time they made tomorrow harder. He also realized that his actions not only affected him, but also the people closest to him. If we want to succeed in life, we must have discipline and work diligently towards our goals. Making excuses might be easier than doing our work now, but it will lead to regret and disappointment in the long run. When we work hard towards our goals today, we create a bright future for tomorrow.
Thanks for watching, SandZ fans. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.